I have my hydrogen water, do you? We'll be rolling shortly, Hark. I wanted to shore up the character that we started last night. And that's going to be a discussion of Onomancy. All right. Remember, this is playtest material. Onomancy might show up in another Xanathar-style book. Or it could be, I don't know, something in a module set to come out. But Unearthed Arcana is playtest content. And for any of you who are curious as to, you know, where the heck you get this playtest material, that is a link to the PDF for this particular one. Practitioners of magic well know the power of names, but wizards who follow the tradition of onomancy use their magic to manipulate the words that encompass existence. Onomancers expand their study into language itself, searching for threads of magical significance that weave through names. Something that is named stands out in the multiverse, distinct from the tapestry of creation all around it. That distinction creates power that Onomancers seek to tap. By speaking a target's true name, the wizard's spells slip between the cracks of the target's defenses, conforming to its essential nature through the power of its name. To protect themselves... Oh, snap! Fiaria the Tank Girl is raiding with 16 others. Oh, quick, get in! The Aliens is following you. Raid! Oh, full audiobook in progress. Oh, snap! So for all of you who want to go on an adventure through Fallout Equestria, apparently it seems that an audiobook version is on its way. Woo! I got so excited, my bag burst. Ooh, that's good water. Moonshine is good too. You can get a nice apple pie moonshine. Oh, good stuff. We're recruiting voice actors now, but we're doing a full VA with full sound effects on this one. Ooh, Fiaria, that's a great project. Thank you for sharing that with us. Well, welcome aboard. We just are delving into what is onomancy, or true name magic, in this iteration of it as presented by the Unearthed Arcana playtest material. OPN 3.5, and let's see if that continues forward, Fiaria, into 5th edition. Oh, it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday to you, Choco Paco Taco. True names. Onomancy, or naming magic, is a method of spell casting that uses a creature's true name to enhance a spell's effects. A true name is the name by which a self-aware creature identifies itself. This name might be the name of a person, or it might be the name of a person that was given at birth, or one a person chose or earned later in life. Whatever a name's origin, the simplest way for you to know your name, your true name, is to think truthfully about yourself and think, "My name is." Your true name is how you finish that sentence. You can try to hide your true name by using a pseudonym, but you must be wary not to inhabit that false name too deeply. If a false name comes to be the best expression of who you are, it becomes your true name. Changing one's true name is never a quick choice, It's something that happens over time as a name becomes the creature's truth. As a quick guide, a creature has a true name if it understands at least one language or has an alignment. Now, where this is applying to the character that we started last night before the D&D time raid. It's not that OP. I've read the UA. Perhaps needs to be tuned down some. Okay. Well, we're going to delve into the mechanics here, and so, Chaco, if you have commentary on that, you are absolutely welcome to share it in chat when we're delving into those, into the mechanics of it. The character we started with Coffee Cat's role here of actually a multi-class character, who's turning her into this principal character, or like vice principal character in this. The story's writing itself as we have like an anime high school fighter, apparently, as the story taking place, threading through all of our characters, like a fantasy, a magical fantasy, maybe isekai, high school fighter story. And so the Dragonborn seemed to be the staff of the school, as our teacher was a copper Dragonborn, and now we have an administrator who is a silver Dragonborn. And by the way, all these details were randomly rolled. And so the story wants to write itself. The story needs to exist. And the students seem to be a mix of dwarves and elves. Anyway. And so we got from Coffee Cat an Onomancer wizard and a Valor bard. And we're going through and saying, well, she... maybe she went to this school at some point in time, so maybe Dragonborn live in this area. Of course, it's fantasy, right? We could play Dragon Maid D&D. And so she started out studious enough by, these first couple levels of wizard, but because of her sage background, this discredited academic, which if any of you watch the Tuesday game, one of our players is a discredited academic with a similar flaw. I was trying to abbreviate things last night because the time was short, where instead of running from a demon, she'll stop and take notes on its anatomy. Oh my. And so this is going to now blend into the onomancy that she discovered, this true name magic that in a way might have gotten her in trouble, and which is what led to her being discredited. So she went out adventuring, she picked up some levels of bard, especially Valor bard. So, she's physical, she's in good shape. She's been out exploring the world and isn't just a brain on a stick. And so that's the quick and dirty from last night's character. And we got to the point now where we're going to apply her personality, who she is, in the fluff of the character with the crunch of the onomancy abilities, because she has 14 levels of wizard, and the capstone for the subclass is 14. So at second level, you can magically compel a creature to divulge its true name. As a bonus action, you target one creature you can see within 60 feet of you. The target must make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. On a successful save, you discern that this magic failed, and you can't use this feature on the target again. On a failed save, the target is charmed by you until the end of your next turn, and you mentally learn the charmed target's name, or the fact that the target lacks a name. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier, minimum once, and you regain all expended uses of it when you finish a long rest. So this is extract name. This is going to be int per long rest. I wonder offhand if perhaps instead of a wisdom saving throw, if this shouldn't be an intelligence saving throw, since a part of the necessity for a creature to even possibly have a name would be one that can speak a language or have an alignment, and an alignment in most cases shows intelligent thought or purposeful action. So there's a lot of unintelligent beasts, and they may kill a person or they might save a baby. So they have a neutral alignment, which is just I exist and I do what's in front of me. Generally. And many animals have high wisdom, though they may not have the highest intelligence. Fateful naming. You can bend magic to assist or hinder creatures through the power of their true names, and even those names as an anchor to affect others around them. The Bane and Bless spells are wizard spells for you, and you add them to your spellbook. You always have them prepared, yet they don't count against the number of spells you can prepare. You can cast either spell without expending a spell slot if you speak the true name of one target of the spell as part of casting it. You can cast the spells in this way a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. So, Fateful naming. And this is also going to be int per long rest. And this is going to give us Bane and Bless, which I think are both level 1 spells. Fateful naming. If I'm incorrect, please let me know. Bane. Bless. Oh, and while we're here real quick. 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, and a 1. There we go. We're casting as per a wizard. Spells prepared equals int plus wizard levels. And we'll get to that in a second. We cast off intelligence. Oh, actually, because we're also a bard. It's going to be int slash charisma. And we also have bardic inspiration a number of times. That is charisma per day. When you gain this feature, all right, Resonant Utterance. You learn words of power called resonance, which allow you to tailor your spells through the use of a target's true name. When you gain this feature, you learn 2 resonants of your choice, which are detailed in the Resonant Options section. Each time you gain a level in this class, you can replace one resonant you know with a different one. Using a resonant. You can use one resonant when you cast a wizard spell with a spell slot and speak the true name of one creature targeted by the spell. Speaking the name is part of casting the spell. McCoolman, hello, welcome, good to see you. You can use resonance a number of times equal to half your wizard level rounded down, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. So, I mean, we have Bardic Inspiration that could end up being a, something we share. I'll abbreviate that to Bardic Inspiration, and then we also get Resonance. And this is equal to half rounded down, so we're going to get 8 Resonance. Here are your options when choosing a resonant. Absorption. Oh, Coffee Cat says, I think I just caught the monster kid who is a fan of Undine from Undertale in Pokemon. Oh, hey, McCoolman, thank you very much. Is there anything in particular you want to do with those bits, or is this just a thank you and how do you do? When you cast a spell that deals damage to the named target, you gain 3d6 temporary hit points. The number of temporary hit points you gain increases by 1d6 when you reach 10th level and 14th level in this class. So this would be the 14th level version of Absorption. Okay, so we're going to get 2 resonance. Devastation. If the spell requires the named creature to make a saving throw, that creature has disadvantage on the first save it makes against the spell. That's really powerful. Sorcerers pay 3 sorcery points for that. Out of a very limited pool. And so Devastation is a very powerful option if you compare it to some of the other similar circumstances. Dissolution. The first time the named creature takes damage from the spell, that creature takes an extra 2d8 force damage. The extra force damage increases... Okay, it increases by d8. Nullification. If the named target is affected by any other spells, you know what those spells are, and you can attempt to end one of your choice by succeeding on an intelligence check with a DC equal to 10 plus the level of the chosen spell. So perhaps a... it's not exactly a free... It's not a free, no, not counterspell, but dispel magic. But that's a powerful choice as well. There is something similar on the spreadsheet version of this before it was polished up in a Google Drive version is a pinned message in the Table Talk section of our Discord, Quingar. Yeah, Devastation is, Devastation seems pretty powerful. Yeah, Quingar, you're very welcome. So Dissolution. Oh, and the Nullification is what we got too. Then Puppetry. The first time the named creature takes damage from the spell, you can knock the creature prone or move it up to 10 feet, either directly toward you or away from you. Sympathy. If the named creature is within range of the spell, you can target the creature with the spell even if you can't see the creature or it has total cover against the spell. And you can say, come out, wherever you are, Strad von Zarovich. Blah, you got me. This, because of the whole range effect, this could have some very powerful implications as well. Because this could simply be a, depending on how your DM rules it, something like Magic Missile. Unerringly finds its target, but, you know, the general constriction is, you have to, you know, you still have to have line of effect. Even if you want to curve the bullet, so to speak, around. Even if you want to curve the bullet around the wall. In this case, if you have a way that can extend. Actually, hang on. Is this? Okay, it does have to be a wizard spell. I was gonna say, if you can splash some interesting sorcerer stuff. But there's still plenty of spells that have a good long distance that if you know the name of the person you're trying to find, you may just be able to send a fireball out that way. Yeah. And Choco, something to consider for DMs is you're either going to have to come up with names for average Joe thug that wants to waylay the party in the town square, or just be ready to say, Sure, you extract the name, so, just mechanically you have the person's name. And in either case, it's understandable. And in either case, it can either slow down the game or overcomplicate or ruin the immersion, perhaps. Because you have someone who wants to learn the names of these people and has a book this character, he or she, probably writes down the names of everyone in this book. And so suddenly, you have Larry, Moe, and Curly, the three stooges who tried to, snatch your coin purse in the town square. And are they going to come up again? Are they not? Is your player wasting his or her time by writing these names down? Because, again, such is the power of true name magic. If you as a DM name a town or a character, that to many PCs, that place or that person has more power in the world. And if you just wanted to be, these characters to be throwaway thugs, then you name them, and maybe they become a part of the story, and everyone loves Larry, Moe, and Curly. Maybe they don't. Or it could come back later and you as a DM forgot, and when you run it again and you have your Onomancer said, oh wait, is this Larry from before? And you say, yeah, sure, it's Larry. Ah, Larry, destroyed.
Thanks for all the support and advice on Dungeons and Dragons. Words cannot begin to say how much you inspired not only me but everyone to become DM, so thank you.
McCoolman, thank you very much for those words. The bits are certainly appreciated. Biddy the Snake is well fed for your efforts. Your words are very meaningful, and I sincerely appreciate your sentiment. And know that I will continue to work hard to try and inspire you and many other people to step up and to run for their family and friends and to find confidence in themselves that they can tell a story, they can build a character, and that they have world-building abilities. Yeah. Yeah. Or you might go fishing. Thug 1, Thug 2, and Assassin 3? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We know who to target first. Just Otherness, welcome. I would consider leaving the Onomancer with the burden of inventing all the non-critical names. Yeah, if you want them, you gotta come up with them. And you take the notes. I'd be horrible to my players, kill random highwaymen named Joe Smith. Finds out later Joe Smith was supporting an orphanage, but no one knew where he got the money. That is, and you know what, Choco, that happens in background selection. Yeah, that can actually occur. We've made a couple characters like that, and that's true. Someone who's stealing, but might have been stealing stagecoaches from, whatever, a Robin Hood scenario, from the Evil Prince or whatever. But yeah, that money was going to the orphanage, and now that the money's not flowing in there anymore, woo. Think about this too. Your Onomancer is caught in a zone of truth and has to give the big bad evil guy the list of the names that the Onomancer knows, including his own. Or her own, I'm sorry. So looking at the personality of this person here, she talks slowly when she's riled up. Again, these were quick notes from the character creation last night because of the D&D time raid. I've read everything that I consider to be worth reading. All valuable books. She's after knowledge and she's after power. Because she does want to climb the ranks in the administration here of this anime magical fantasy academy. Her flaw is that she stops and takes notes on demonic anatomy, even when she should be running. and her bond as a sage was number 2. Boop, doop, doop, boop. And that is, I have an ancient text that holds terrible secrets, wink, as Otherness was pointing out last night, that must not fall into the wrong hands. And so with this, if she's the type of person who would just bind a demon, or otherwise she's not afraid of delving into the taboo and learning people's names and secrets. The resonance we would probably find her have would be, I don't know if she's really, I don't think she's really in it for the damage. I think she would go for devastation and nullification. Maybe not nullification. I think devastation and puppetry. McCoolman, gotta go have a nice night. McCoolman, you as well. Thank you again for those words. Those mean a lot to me. And I supported by everyone in this community, will keep being the best that we can at what we do, and to be as inspirational as possible. Thank you so much, McCoolman. The school's name is Frogwarts. All right, next up, we are going to get Inexorable Pronouncement. You learn 2 new resonants of your choice from your Resonant Utterance feature. Oh, well then. Now we're going to go back and give her nullification. And she probably should take something to defend herself. Oh no, if she can linger around and draw more demon anatomy here, I think absorption would be good. She is not scared. Golden! Whoa, Golden! It has been a minute. Welcome back, my friend. And Grimvex is here. Good morning to you, Grimvex. And lastly, we get Relentless Naming. You have learned how to bypass a named creature's defenses against certain types of damage. When you cast a spell that deals damage to a creature whose true name you speak as part of casting the spell, you can cause the spell to deal force or psychic damage to the creature instead of the spell's normal type. It could have happened. In tongue-in-cheek, her sage flaw is most people scream and run when they see a demon. I stop and take notes on its anatomy. And so there's either a literal sense that she's encountered demons. Maybe she's trying to learn demons' true names. Or this is just showing that she doesn't have as much common sense, that when people should be running away from a situation, she instead... Well, that did come up last night, Chaco, that she may be taking particular notes if she does have a fiendish consort of some variety. And, you know, her book of forbidden knowledge may look like a modern-day catalog of various marital aids. I'll put it in a very quaint, picturesque, flowery language. Gotta keep things PG-13 on this stream. Play demon, bad demon, She is a Dragonborn, though, so I don't. She might not care about dragons. So that's been there, done that. So cool. We have our character mostly. We know who she is. She has a place in the world. Our character has character. And now, after all of this, it is time to finally put some stats on her. We save it for last because, yes, stats are a part of Dungeons & Dragons, but when we're creating a character, I want to focus on our character first, so we can think about the decisions that he or she will make, the history that this character has experienced, and we've done a good job of that so far here. Remember, because we are multi-classing, we're going to need at least a 13 charisma, but honestly, I think she's going to be, she's going to have a big ol' intelligence and a big ol' charisma as well. Overall, she's probably not going to be too physical. I'm absolutely comfortable with dropping the 15 from the standard array into intelligence, and the 14 into charisma, which is absolutely going to take care of that. Yeah, big old charismas is what we're calling it nowadays. I mean, if not big old charismas, then she's got, I mean, just her lobes, her left and right lobes are just prodigious. Let's give her a 13 wisdom. I've read everything worth reading. She's after power. I think she'll have a good constitution. So she can take it, if needed. And then let's give her a 10 dexterity and an 8 strength. So that her strength will then go up to 10 from her racial bump as a Dragonborn. Her charisma will go to 15 from her racial bump. My dad actually had an energy drink company named Charisma. That was before energy drinks really took off. It was delicious stuff. Oh, I'm sorry to hear then that he had to stop the recipe before it really hit. Though, oh sheeps, can you bring back charisma? Can you swell our charisma with energy and stimulation? She started as a wizard, and then we multi-classed into bard. Well, then if it's an anime, you just have to drink, milk after a warm hot spring session, and it'll do the same thing. Jose Bananas, good to see you again. I don't know why I don't play D&D, but since I follow you, when you're playing Dragon's Dogma, I like to have your voice on while I play video games. Jose, this stream is very much a radio broadcast. I have no problem being on in the background. And even if you don't play D&D, I'm happy that it brings you something to think about and something that, goes on behind the scenes for you. And if I can help you enjoy your video games all the more, that makes me happy. And maybe one day you'll play some D&D, or if you have questions, we'll be happy to answer. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad, Jose. Now, we are going to get 3... We're only going to get 3 ability score improvements because we hit level 4, 8, and 12 with our wizard. And while our character level is 17, those ability score improvements are off of your class, not your character. So we're only going to add 6 points to her scores. In this regard, I think we're going to... We get 6 points. We could probably just put 5 in intelligence and 1 in charisma and button that up. Because she has a very dominant brain, and then this will bump up her socialization a little bit more. And if she takes 1 more level in Bard, then that will allow us to take 1 more stat bump, as she'll then be a 4th level Bard. And we'll probably put it in wisdom and maybe charisma. As we see her now, this is what we have. 0 strength, 0 dex mod, 1 constitution modifier, 5 int, 1 wisdom, and 3 charisma. Now that we have these numbers, she has a 0 strength saving throw, 0 athletics, dex down the line is 0, constitution saving throw is a 1, intelligence, ooh-wee. This is going to... Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Oh, welcome back, Clicker. She is a bard and has Jack of all trades, or as we called it, Jill of all trades at level 2. So the skills in which she's not proficient, she is half proficiency, so I'm sorry. She actually is very well-rounded, and that's just not an innuendo of Sheeps, though it may very well be for who this character is. Intelligence saving throws an 11, history's an 11, and religion's an 11. Nature is going to be an 8, because it's our proficiency, it's our modifier, plus half our proficiency from that bard ability. We are experts in Arcana and Investigation, and this is going to be double proficiency, so 12 plus 5 is 17. 17 Arcana, 17 Investigation. You cannot hide your anatomy from her. Her Wisdom saving throw is a 7, and then all of her Wisdom skills are going to be 4s. And her Charisma save is a 3, with a 6 Deception, 6 Performance, 6 Persuasion, and as she has proficiency in Intimidation, it's going to be 6 plus 3 is 9. In Anime World, sounds like one of my current characters. It is the 3-5 Pathfinder magic school called Redhurst, which teleports between worlds. Just about everyone from a different setting, and not all are D&D. Yeah, with the characters that we started on Wednesday, Chaco, we started with our first character that was a Twilight Domain cleric, and she is that trifling rich kid, student class president, probably has 2 twin pigtails that are drills, does the kind of laugh. She likes digging up dirt on people. She loves being the center of attention, and so that seed was planted, and from one character, a whole setting and story has now blossomed in front of our eyes, which is now including some staff members. I've been told I'm very well-rounded too, but they kept glancing downward when they said it. I mean, what? Says Sheeps. I'm gonna give you an oh my. Our passive perception is 14, that's 10 plus our perception modifier, and that it's a number that represents your natural awareness, and it saves you a ton of dice rolls. It absolutely does. Armor class? I don't know. This is a level 17 character. We are probably not going to be in our starting leather armor from when we multi-classed into Bard. So, and we can use a shield also, by the way. So consider that too. Because we went Valor Bard. So... question mark. Initiative is a dex check. Now, this is where Jack of all trades or Jill of all trades comes in handy. This is a dex check, and we are not proficient in this dexterity check. Meaning that while our modifier is 0, hey, we get half proficiency to it. We do not have dark vision, being a Dragonborn. Hit points. Alright. At the first level of character creation, you get maximum hit points equal to the hit die of that class. As we went wizard first, we get 6 hit points. Now, for all 13 other of our 14 wizard class levels, we get half plus 1 hit points. Half of 6 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So we have 13 times 4. Now, for all 3 levels of Bard, you do not get the maximum, unless your DM says otherwise, you do not get your maximum hit points of your hit die in the first multi-class. So in all 3 levels of Bard, as Bards are D8s, we get 5 hit points. Then for all 17 of our character levels, we get bonus hit points equal to our Constitution modifier. And so here is our equation. So we have 17, we have 15. Let's see, that's 2, carry the 1, so this is going to be 52. So this is going to be 58, and then this is going to be 32. And then we put the 2 together, that's going to end up being 60. We have 90 hit points at level 17. The staff of the staff gives a +3 AC against students. I hate to dip, but my face is starting to hurt again, and it's hard to focus on a screen. Oh, Sheeps, have a great night. I hope you feel better. If you have some antihistamines or something to take, allergies are, but yeah, please get some good sleep, ma'am. All right, if we're attacking with a strength-based weapon, we're going to be doing so at a +6. If we're attacking with a dex-based weapon, we're doing so at a +6. Because if we have proficiency, that's what we're getting. We're not very strong. We're not very dexterous. It's holding me back. Oh no! Oh, she has to be wild, free, and feisty out in the fields, everyone. So when this allergy passes, she's gonna go buck wild. See if she doesn't. All right, if we're going to be casting 100% orange juice, what, you play that too? Now for our spells. If we're attacking with wizard spells, that is based off of intelligence, and we're going to have a +11 to hit with wizard spells. If we're attacking off of charisma from bard spells, this is going to be a +9. Now to figure to save against our effects, you simply add 8 to each of the different attack modifiers. So it's a 19 to save versus wizard spells, and a 17 to save against our bard spells. The Redhurst game with Fiara has a Draenei. Yeah, I do. There was a 3/5 Warcraft. Halfling Centaur from the Forgotten Realms, a Phase Spider Drider, a wizard did it, Ratfolk and a Kobold for Galarian, and a few more. That is quite an interesting salad of characters. Also, now that we have our intelligence modifier, we know that we can extract people's names 5 times per long rest. And that we can use Bardic Inspiration, our D6s, 3 times. I don't know why that came out to be so tiny. There we go. All right, for cantrips, I'm going to make an abbreviation that we're going to get 5 wizard cantrips, and we're going to get 2 bard cantrips from when we splashed bard. Being a wizard, at first level, you know 6 level 1 spells in your spell book. And so this is going to be from wizard level 1. And every level of wizard will open up 2 free spells for your spell book to learn. Now, wizards are interesting because they can just learn other spells. They can copy spells from other wizards off of scrolls. They can find them and add them to their spell book. So barring any adventures that this character has undergone in order to add to her spell book, if we're going just off the standard wizard advancement, it would be Wizard 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And you might say, well, hold on, how do you have these spell slots if you don't have wizard spells? Because we multi-classed and we took 2 full casters, a bard and a wizard, we get the spell slots of a full caster, even if we don't get the spells that could fill those slots. Now, what we could do is always upcast lower level spells through an 8th or a 9th level spell slot. And of course, if you're taking this advancement, this is just presuming you're taking spells in the spell slot at which you could get them. Nothing at all stops you from, I don't know, in this level, let's say you hit level 8. Instead of adding both of them as level 3 spells to possibly prepare, you instead want to get another 3rd level and another 1st level. That's absolutely fine. There's just a simple presumption baked into this model that we're taking the spells in the slots that we could get them normally. But your wizard may very well eschew that method and maybe like really have a heavy back end here with a ton of level 1 and 2 spells, and you just love upcasting all these spells. Now, doing the same thing for Bard. We're a level 3 Bard. And so at level 1 of being a Bard, we know 4 Bard spells. So we're going to go Bard 1. And then because we're running out of space, I'm going to simply put Bard 2 here. And then we're going to get Bard 3 and Bard 4. We know a ton of spells. At 2nd level, you see that our spells known go up to 5th, but we only can still cast in this slot here. And so this is going to be Bard 5. However, at Bard 3, we can take a 2nd level Bard spell. And there we go. A yearbook spell just sounds convenient. That'd be very good for a true name wizard. As a teacher, she has a roster of the students' names, true names, what power she wields. Look, Raz, she is a good aligned character, but she has that ambition for power. And so Raz, she in this anime that we're creating, she's not afraid to use it if it comes to it, though she doesn't want to have to default to it because she knows the power she holds. You're absolutely correct. Every time that you check in, you know, every time attendance is called, you're giving up a piece of yourself to her. Maybe the yearbook is the spell book, or at least everyone to sign it for their names. I like it. This would be something that we could take to the workshop and and create a custom spell for this fun campaign setting. And I love that y'all are leaning into you're fully buying the fact that yes, at this point in time, we're making an anime high school fighter fantasy isekai kind of whatever. Maybe not isekai. I don't know if there's necessarily unless it's isekai for us. Because our real selves are falling into a fantasy world where we're reincarnated as our characters. The ultimate isekai. D&D is what you want it to be? You are correct, Wolfblade. Cantrips, actually, if we get 5 wizard and 2 bard, I have enough. I have enough slots here. Wizard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is going to be bard 1 and bard 2. Cool, there's our spells. And we already have our BI D6 slash our true name ability here, our resonance. And we had 3-8 in the split along that. And our spell casting was 19 and 17 for our save DCs. And if we subtract 8 from those will give us our attack bonuses, which is plus 11 and plus 9 respectively, depending on the type of spell that we're casting. Now, as the wizard then, I mean, we get our bard spells. As a wizard, we're a level 14 wizard, and our intelligence modifier is 5. So of all the spells we know, besides Bane and Bless as freebies, because those are always prepared, and they may not always even consume a slot if we use a true name. All right. We can prepare 19 spells from all the ones that we have here as a wizard. And thank you very much. Welcome Party. Welcome Party RPG just rated with 8 viewers. Welcome to the Welcome Party. And the Welcome Party is just that. If you all go over to their channel, you see that they have a good variety of programming, and that they're very welcome. It's a very broad community, and they're a fun bunch of people. So Welcome Party, thank you for giving us another raid. I appreciate it. And you're welcome to share a link to your channel or to your Discord, and even talk about what you're doing. And you know what now? She's earned herself a name. What is her true name? She is no longer a pile of stats, everyone. She has been fully developed. Oh, you know what? Oh, ooh. Hold on a moment. There's one more thing we forgot about her. I mean, you could still give a name if you have one. She has a trinket that we rolled that is a part of her research focus, which apparently is in true names, and possibly dabbling in fiendish entities, and apparently their anatomy, from the prompt and her personality. And so the trinket that she either found, created, or was given to her that set her on this path with a question. And this is a part of the Sage background. Where we decided that instead of just a letter from a dead colleague posing a question she has yet to answer, she has a trinket that is related to her research. And it was rolled number 64. And let's find out what this is. 64. A pyramid of sticky black incense that smells very bad. No, this one is not the stern one. This one is very ambitious. She's an ambitious administrator in the school. And so while she is neutral good in her demeanor, she does have her ideal of power that she will be the one. Like, eventually she'll be principal, or she'll be chairman of the academy. And I like that we have a mysterious sticky black incense, because this is probably how either this is a substance that she might write into her book, or this is a part of maybe summoning these otherworld creatures to learn their true names. And to further connect our two Dragonborn characters, who are both staff in this fantasy anime high school fighting story that we're creating. The other Dragonborn left her village and came to the academy because people, maybe the local druids didn't understand that fire causes life, not just destruction. And so she wandered, she was out in the world, and she found something very interesting. The random trinket we rolled for her was number 30, and trinket number 30 is a blank book whose pages refuse to hold ink, chalk, graphite, or any other substance or marking. And what if it's the case that each of these Dragonborn might have then been fated to meet in this elite academy of teaching magic? Because one of them holds the empty book that the other needs, so that she can use the sticky, mysterious pyramid of incense to write, like, truly powerful names in a book that can't hold normal content. And this is providing, through completely random rolls, a fun and deep bond between these two characters and to the world that we've been developing. Maybe only this kind of residue incense, you could burn it for a smell, but maybe that's the only thing that can, to write on the pages. Yeah, like super powerful stuff. Raz, it writes itself. And Raz, I haven't been able to do anything with those emotes. It's just been a very busy weekend. I'm sorry. Or the incense reveals whatever secrets are already in the book. Ooh, yes. I love it. And again, the fact this is all coming from random number generation is wonderful. I love this. We're building a cohesive world by making some rando Unearthed Arcana playtest characters. And whether or not the mechanics are balanced, with Onomancy, again, the ability to impose disadvantage, where sorcerers have to burn 3 sorcery points for the same thing, is pretty powerful. And I think there's some tweaks here and there that these playtest classes could use. In the story that we're building, the context of the fluff can account for the power creep if it exists, because the world has already accommodated that people like this exist. Wolf, are the characters NPCs in the story? Yes and no. So Wolf, what we do generally as a workshop is we will create like 4 or 5 characters as if we're role-playing these characters. That we're 4 or 5 individuals that are creating a character that we're then going to submit to our dungeon master, because then later in our workshops, we'll take on the role of dungeon master and look at the characters and extract information from those character sheets to build a setting, to build a culture, an economy, to build NPCs and villains that all work with the world, the setting, the characters. Everything is a cohesive unit as we roleplay different parts of a group getting together to play D&D. Since I only run D&D on Tuesdays, and it's for community members, but the community members have been static. I don't shift people in and out. This is another kind of way that we're all getting to role play through adventures together, and I'm not even just the DM, because I'm discovering this alongside you all. So we're all going on these weekly adventures. And then Wolf, RGE Wolf, I have to be careful. We have several wolves in the group now. The workshop material we make is provided for free to download off of our Discord if you join us. If you like this character, this principal character, this multiclassed, she will be uploaded to our Discord, and you can download her character sheet. You want to mess around with it? Mess around with it. It's form fillable. And if you're like, oh shoot, what was this again? You can look in your PHP because these are references, or they're always posted with the character creation video so that you can follow along if you want that original inspiration. Dr. V, hello. For a moment, I thought I heard in the context of the flump. Well, we are very flump friendly. Now, we're not as friendly as D&D time, as one of the principles there is trust a flump. But we are certainly we are flump tolerant here, and we even have made for Halloween we were making monsters, and we went through a lesson in adding class levels to monsters, and we made a Cormyrean war wizard flump. And that flump certainly needed context, and it had it. Maybe the incense is used to really what's written in the blank page to reveal. Yes, exactly, Wolf Blade. Oh, I can say blade for you? Flump are the best. Boy, if Jeremy from D&D time was here, y'all would be making him blush. Oh, and Coffee Cat, you say I just caught this. I was scrolling up for the name suggestion because I thought I saw someone wanted to call her Agnes. What isekai is? Isekai is a genre of manga and anime where someone from our real world either like dies or gets teleported into a fantasy game world. So Sword Art Online, Hack Sign, Overlord, things like that. That time I was reincarnated as a slime. There's a lot of isekai titles like that. So I'm seeing an Agnes up here. Excellent. We have a good night. You're off to bed. All right, Wolf. Thank you so much for finding us, for joining us. Wolf, if you find that you can't get some sleep, you're welcome to come back as we're going to begin from the ground up creating just a pure wizard character. You kind of jumped into the deep end here, but hey, if you want to learn how to swim, you got to jump in the water. You jumped in at the deep end in the last part of building a multi-class character. Not that I'm not trying to patronize you like it's above you, but a lot of what we're talking about has been the result of starting with a blank character sheet and bit by bit, random number by random number, interpretation by interpretation, building a story about that character and seeing how the other characters may then continue to build an even greater story. Chaco says, I know one of my favorite surprises a GM pulled on me. I was playing a necromancer wizard who consorted with demons and was an Athar, a Planescape D&D version of Atheist. All he had from his memories was the book in an unknown language I decided was from his mother, who disappeared when he was young from Xanathars. Turns out your mom was a local deity. Oh, surprise! Should be Agnes. Well, if inspiration strikes, that's fine, Wolfblade. All right, so another quick break to refresh yourselves. Get up, use the restroom, get some chips and salsa or whatever. And when we come back, we're going to start from the ground up, and we're going to be using our character randomizer, and I will be asking you all in chat to help me create this character with your dice rolls and your imaginations. So we will be right back soon, everyone.